you may have wondered what the perfect player would be like. Well, in this video we are going to analyze each of the attributes that makes a footballer great, with subcategories for each one, and I will explain which is for me the best player for that specific attribute. I thought it could be fun. Before we start, the categories are these ones: speed, shooting, passing, dribbling, physical, defense, set pieces, penalties, 1 versus goalkeeper, 1 versus 1, 1 versus more than 1, leadership, and clutch. And each category, as I said, with subcategories, as you are seeing below. Okay, so let's start. Let's directly jump into speed. For acceleration, we have Kylian Mbappe. He's the player who has reached the maximum speed on a soccer pitch, reaching up to 40 km/h. When he starts to run, he accelerates with very big steps in an incredible pace. It's absolutely genius running genetics, so there is no doubt about it. In speed with ball, there is no doubt about it also. It is Leo Messi. I have never seen a player with a unique ability to keep the ball at his feet, even reaching very high speeds. It is as if he had a magnet on his feet. This is why he has so incredible goals, such as against Getafe in 2007, in which, with little space in a very high speed, he can leave behind a whole team and score a goal. In terms of shooting, the first subcategory is a first time shot, after a pass, a cross or whatever. I think it's Cristiano Ronaldo, without a doubt. He's the player you don't want to have a dead ball for a shot. He's the player with the most goals in history, and if you let him receive the ball, he arms the leg and goes inside. Most goals in history, and lots of them, are like this. He's an incredible poacher and everybody knows it. As for heading, the best is also Cristiano Ronaldo. There are many players who head well, but Ronaldo has the best technique and has one thing that others do not have, which is that even if you put a melon, he will finish it, and many times it will be a goal. The head movement and the vertical are exceptional too. As third category, we have shooting after driving, control or dribbling, and I think the one footballer that I want him to shoot, if my life depends on this, is Leo Messi, because he's the most skillful player to score a goal this way and place it where the goalkeeper can't reach. He's the second highest scorer in history, and most of his goals are like that. He's a very underestimated goal scorer, but he's one of the best in history. Okay, so let's now move on to the passing category. Here there are several subcategories, and I found it very difficult to choose. Let's start with the short pass. I think it is Xavi Hernandez. I think the best team that played the short pass style with tiki-taka was Guardiola's Barcelona, and he was the most important piece of creation. Being honest, it could also be Iniesta, Busquets or Messi, but I think that Xavi was the most creative in this aspect of the four, as Busquets was more of a balance, Messi was more focused on goal, and Iniesta in the last pass, but Xavi was the most fundamental piece for the style of short pass. He was the built-up creative player. As for the long pass, we have Toni Kroos. I think I have not seen a player with such long pass effectiveness in history. The Real Madrid style of the Champions League was to look for players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, or Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo later, in space, searching the back of the defenders, and he was the most important piece to find those long passes, and we are seeing now that a player like this is missing. As for crosses, I have decided to put Beckham. I have not seen Beckham play live, but I have seen him on YouTube, and I have done my research, and he's one of the players with the most assist crosses in history, and when you have seen him play, you will see that he has a precision with the curve of the ball that makes it almost unpredictable for the defender to intercept it, and miraculously it gets to the striker's head or foot. As for the last pass is De Bruyne, because I think if you have seen him play, you will see that this guy has truly mastered the last pass to the striker. He makes some assists breaking the defensive line that are absolutely insane. They are like a mixture of power and precision, and to a striker who runs into space like Haaland is lethal, and that's why they won the first Champions League for City. As for vision of the game, understanding the field and finding the best pass, making the best decision to score a goal, I think it's Messi. This man has a magnet with the goal and will count a space in some area of the field where he will give the pass for a player to arrive. In this, Messi is truly special. As for set pieces, I think the best in long range free kicks is Roberto Carlos. Cristiano Ronaldo is very close, but I think Roberto Carlos has been more consistent in this aspect of his game. He has scored 49 free kicks, and almost all of them are from far away, in World Cups, Champions Leagues, important goals in leagues, with a level of skill that no one has ever seen nor will ever see in history of football, with an incredible curveball with power. As for close range free kicks, I'll stay with Messi. I think a free kick very close to the area is like a penalty for the Argentine. In other words, there were seasons when he didn't stop scoring free kicks in every game, and almost all of them were very close to the area. So I think he's the best in this aspect. I've left out players like Ronaldinho or Juninho, who could also be there, but I think that in these two types of free kicks, Messi and Roberto Carlos are the best. And another thing is who is better at free kicks in general, but as we're breaking down each type of free kick, that doesn't matter. Finally, in corners we have Luka Modric. Modric made a perfect cross in a Champions League final to tie the game in the last minute in the famous Ramos goal against Atletico in 2014. And just for that, he's the best corner taker. I don't think anyone would have crossed better that day. There are many names, but I am sorry. That's why I simply think it's Lukita. As for dribbling, I have divided it into effective and skills. Effective, which is the ability to get away from a player, and skills, which are basically the skills you can do with the ball and how much magic you have in your boots to do all kind of tricks, which in FIFA is having 5 stars of skills. In terms of effective, Messi is from another planet. He just has one skill, which is simply driving the ball, and that's it, and has one of the best successful dribbles rates in history. He doesn't use any skill because he does not need to, it is pure magic. The best undoubtedly in skills, it is Ronaldinho. He's a man who finds a pernicious way to get away from you with a trick or pressing with his foot. He's the player with the most talents of skills in history without a doubt. Neymar Jr. is from the same school, but Ronaldinho is simply the creator of this magic. As for physical strength, we have Akinfenwa. This guy is literally a bodybuilder who is as strong as a closet and plays football. I mean, I thought he was fat, but in reality he's super strong, mega strong, more than any other player in history, so Akinfenwa is my guy. Finally, we have N'Golo Kante in cardio. This guy is a real machine. He doesn't stop running, he's tireless, and he can last you an entire match at the same intensity. I mean, I remember a match against Real Madrid in 2021 in which I was absolutely amazed at how he eliminated them by running the whole match, stealing balls and going on a counter-attack without practically resting. In terms of defense tackling, we have Paolo Maldini. This one was a surgical surgeon who knows how to enter the ball at the exact moment to take the ball away from the opponent. He knew how to hold the attacker to get his leg in. This type of actions is what Maldini used to do best. Defensive intelligence, I have Beckenbauer, a soccer genius who knew when to come out with the ball from the center line, touch the ball, and know how to read the game from defense in terms of offside and breaking the attacking line, and by this he won multiple golden balls. In terms of stealing, I have to put Van Dijk because he is one of the least dribbled defenders in history. In 2019, nobody dribbled him, and there are few players who had, so it is basically a wall. He's also the defender with one of the best individual performances in history. In penalties, we have Cristiano Ronaldo. There has been a lot of mockery in history that he takes a lot of penalties, but in reality, you have to score them, and he scores them always. It has an incredible efficiency, and it has a unique style of shooting it strong and placed, not like the new fashion of shooting it soft. As for leadership, I have Carles Puyol. This man has been more than 20 years in Barcelona and is a one-club man. He doesn't get into any controversy or trouble. In addition, he's an example of insight and intelligence in adverse situations, such as taking away the lighter that Bernabeu had thrown at Piqué and avoiding chaos or preventing his players from getting into a mess. Also, use a player who has a grit, a central defender of the old ones that I would trust as a player. As for clutch, we have Cristiano Ronaldo. Throughout his career in all teams, he has scored very important goals in crucial moments. He's a player with more goals to lead his team or to tie the game in history, and the player with more goals in the last minutes. He has scored 22 goals in finals and has scored incredible hat-tricks to overcome matches in Champions League, World Cups, leagues, in everything. He's a player who is there when you need him and has done so throughout his career in all his teams. This category of 1 vs 0 is based on defining against the goalkeeper without the defender from different angles. I think the best in this is Cristiano Ronaldo. In his best days, he was infallible in front of goal. When he was in front of the goalkeeper, it was practically a scripted goal. Many of these goals are defined against the goalkeeper either by dribbling, shooting down, shooting up, corner or whatever, but he's the best decision maker in history. As for one-on-one, I have decided to put Neymar Jr. This guy has the talent of Ronaldinho, but with the difference that he has an incredible speed. This is why I chose Neymar in front of Messi, or Cristiano, or Mbappe. I have decided to put together both attacking one-on-one in space and without so much space, so Neymar is the one that fits the best, since Messi is not that fast and Cristiano Ronaldo is not that good in small space. So the mixture is Neymar Jr., since Neymar Jr. is a generational player for 1 versus 1 dribbling. In terms of 1 versus more than 1 player, the best is undoubtedly Leo Messi. He has an out-of-this-world running of the game and has made rights of leaving several players throughout his career. He has the best dribbling timing, and when you are moving a millimeter, he stops you showing the ball and has already left you, and when you think you are going to take the ball away from him, you have him suddenly 5 meters away from you. In 2013, 2015, 2021 against Atletico de Bilbao, or in 2007 against Getafe with the famous Ankara Messi. Messi is the only player in history capable of leaving an entire team and scoring a goal. So the perfect player is 6 Messis, 5 Ronaldos, 1 Toni Kroos, 1 Beckham, 1 Ronaldinho, 1 Kanté, 1 Xavi, 1 Beckenbauer, 1 De Bruyne, 1 Maldini, 1 Mbappe and 1 Akinfenwa. Please write in the comments if you agree with my analysis.